recruiting as a head coach. What do you think the biggest challenge is in the change?
Well, I think it's just because he's got so much more on his plate now. I mean, he's used to being a guy in charge of one half of the ball. Now he's the big picture guy. He's got to sell the entire program. He's got to be responsible for everything. He's got to convince folks that he's not just an offensive genius, that he is a big picture, big program guy, and he's got to get over that hurdle. I think he can do that. We've seen it done a number of times, but that's his challenge right now.
One thing I do know is if you're a player and you listen to that stuff, it makes a difference. I mean, if you could show me Cam Newton, I'm going, okay, he was pretty solid.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good NFL rookie year, not too bad, and show up some of those numbers in the past. I think anybody, if you look at transitioning and having success at the next level, systems do come into play. And you look at Gus Malzahn, he makes it pretty easy on quarterbacks. You're going to look at that. Now, the Mitch Mustain thing, what happened to him? I probably have a few questions as well.
But he was 8-0 under him.
That's true, but there's no doubt when you talk about offense and offenses that have translated and had success, minus last year for Gus Malzahn, it's a quarterback-friendly offense that adjusts to whatever he has extremely well.
The number one thing he has going for him right now, in my estimation, is why do most jobs come open? Because you've lost. This team won 10 games a year ago. He has stepped into a situation that's got some quality players. He can now mold his scheme within those players and then continue to recruit to it. He has deep roots within the South, obviously within the state of Arkansas being his home state. It was a natural fit. And I believe that, over the course of time, with the attractiveness of the offensive scheme, the offensive skill, the quarterbacks are going to be drawn to play in this type of offense. Are they going to have defense? Absolutely. Defense, you're going to get and play and contend for a championship. You're going to win it because you're better than everybody else on defense. And that will be the goal for Gus Malzahn.
We were all surprised. I mean, realistically, we thought he was going to take a job, last year. He had some opportunities, Vanderbilt and other places, and he didn't go there. He went back to Auburn. So to see him go down to Arkansas State, that shocked a lot of us because he seemed like he was the next big thing if he wanted one out there.
And now he has the opportunity to be a head coach and taking over at Arkansas State and working on his first recruiting class there. And Gus Malzahn joining us now on the phone. So, Gus, I'll ask you the same question I asked the guys. What's the biggest difference in terms of transition in recruiting as a coordinator versus recruiting as a head coach?
Yeah, probably, just the defensive side of football. I've been for 6 years a coordinator, on offense and just worried about offense. But the great thing is we got a great staff here, and our defensive staff's led by Keith Patterson. And they just done a wonderful job today, and it showed on the defensive side.
Now, we saw the recruiting pitch that you gave when you were here at ESPNU to our buddy Reggie Walker Jr., and all of us were ready to sign up. How receptive were the guys that you threw the recruiting pitch at out for Arkansas State this year? How's your class stacked up?
I'll tell you what, our class is an outstanding class. We're very excited right now. Of course, I was recruiting a quarterback there, and of course, we got a great one in Freddie Knight and parade All-American, from the state of Arkansas right here that we're very excited about. But overall, we got exactly everybody we wanted, and it's a great day right now.
When you look at this program and building it long term, what are the expectations for Michael Dyer, the former Auburn player, coming in there, and what you expect from him?
Well, Dyer's one of the best running backs in college football, so we're very fortunate to have him. We really think that he'll have a chance to showcase, his skills here. It's just going to be a matter of whether he's on the field next year or the year after.
Well, that was the next question I was going to ask. What is the plan? What is the approach right now? Will there be an application to see if Dyer can be eligible next year?
Yeah, we're working on that right now, Reese, as we speak. We were wanting to get through recruiting first, and then we'll investigate that. And but we are tickled up Michael Dyer's here, and, he provides a lot of credibility for our program.
So what was it like waking up this morning, Gus, and waiting to see all of those commitments come into you?
Yeah, I tell you what, it was very exciting. I mean, it was just a special feeling with our staff we got here, and then when the faxes started coming across from players like Chris Humes from Spain Park, Alabama, Eddie Porter, one of the better linebackers in the junior college, of course, Rocky Hayes, an outstanding defensive back. So when those guys started coming across, there was a lot of excitement over here.
All right, Gus, we're happy for you. Best of luck the upcoming season at Arkansas State. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Reese.
All right, Gus Malzahn, the head coach at Arkansas State, had a great season last year before Hugh Freeze moved on to Ole Miss. What about